Good morning, Champion Smiles family. I hope that you are all doing well. On behalf of my team, I want to thank you all for your support and understanding during this difficult time. We have been closed for over a month, which means that everyone has had to postpone their plans and suffer a delay in treatment duration. There are only a few patients who have been in treatment longer than 3 years, but for those of you who have, this is the second major interruption to normal operation in that time due to tragedy. Please know that your patience, understanding, and support are greatly appreciated. We miss you and look forward to seeing you soon. We know that with your help, we will get through this. As you probably know, Governor Hogan has not removed the stay-at-home order. The order has no set end date. However, the governor did release his plan for reopening. While there is no specific timeline, the plan does provide a roadmap for how to reopen safely. The good news is that the plan designates elective dental care as a low-risk business environment, which means we will be one of the first businesses able to reopen. Unfortunately, the right time to reopen has not arrived yet. We may be looking at the middle or end of May before we reopen. Again, we are taking things one day at a time, so there is no guarantee that the closure will not be extended beyond that time, but we are hoping for the best. With that said, let me address the elephant in the room. Is the dental office a safe place to return to? The answer to that question is complex. Let's talk about operations in the dental office under normal circumstances. In healthcare, we utilize an approach called the universal precaution. To mitigate or prevent risk of spreading infection, we imagine that each person included in any interaction may be harboring a communicable disease. To prevent that disease from being spread to other patients, staff, and the doctor, we use barriers, PPE, like masks, gloves, and eye shields. We disinfect surfaces and handles in between each patient, and we bag and sterilize each instrument after each use. We didn't make these rules up. These practices are stipulated and regulated by the Occupational Safety and Hazard Administration. We also utilize a policy of asking sick patients to reschedule and sick staff to stay home. Thus, we already had a system in place to mitigate risk of spreading disease. What makes COVID-19 so tricky is that it can be spread by someone who is asymptomatic and doesn't know they have been infected. Another challenge is that while other similar respiratory diseases may have existing courses of treatment or more mild symptoms by comparison, COVID-19 has no treatment as of yet and can be devastating for some who become infected. What that means for us is we can't afford to be caught off guard. Operational, what that looks like is the following. Number one, everyone, including patients and front desk employees, needs to be wearing a mask. If you arrive at the office and don't have a mask, we will provide you with one. Number two, we need to employ adequate physical distancing in the office. Thus, we will limit the number of patients in the office by reducing our daily available chair time. We will balance this by adding days to the schedule and stretching appointment intervals to every 8 weeks as opposed to every 6 weeks. Also, we ask that when possible, patients enter the office without an escort. If you have a young child in treatment, we understand that you need to be with your child when they come to the office. Third, we will apply our surface disinfection protocol used in the patient area to the entire office, including the waiting room and reception area. To that end, please avoid touching things in the office unnecessarily. We have removed magazines and books and will provide hand sanitizer. Number four, as you may already have experienced, we will be pre-screening patients and rescheduling those who may have come in contact with COVID-19. That includes checking temperatures of patients and our team upon arriving at the office. Our goal is to ensure that our office is a safe environment for all of us. We hope that this is temporary, but as long as COVID-19 remains as dangerous as it is, we will continue to employ these measures. With regard to immediate issues during office closure, please heed the following instructions. If you have a dental emergency or have questions, do not hesitate to call. If you are using an expansion appliance, please discontinue activation. If you're wearing clear aligners, please continue moving through the aligners we have given you. When you get to your last aligner, please continue to wear that aligner until we can see you in the office. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out. On a positive note, many of you are, like me, eagerly awaiting episodes 3 and 4 of ESPN's documentary on Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls titled The Last Dance. I want to share a couple of my favorite MJ quotes with you. Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often an illusion. And talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. These are trying times. Our heart goes out to those who are suffering from this disease. It is difficult to imagine how we'll rebound from this, but together we will. Our lives may never be the same, and we have suffered tremendous loss, but we can grow from our losses. Champion Smiles is more than the name of our practice. It is our mantra. Champions aren't born, they're bred. Molded through struggle, effort, determination, and motivated by loss. Loss is integral to the pathway that leads to becoming a champion. We employ that attitude toward everything we do in the office in our effort to achieve excellence. We may not get it right every time, but we learn from mistakes and strive to be better today than yesterday, better tomorrow than today. What we are going through now is in no way comparable to losing a ballgame, but our ability to overcome this challenge will be shaped by our attitude, intelligence, and teamwork. You can rest assured that Champion Smiles will remain committed to providing the very best in orthodontic care while keeping you and your family safe. Together we will get through this. Thanks, and see you soon.